Welcome back. Very good morning to one and all. Hope you are all fine and doing well. You all know that we are dealing with the concepts of current electricity, and we have dealt with the different subtopics like electric current, potential difference, resistance, equivalent resistance, and the different techniques of finding equivalent resistance in complex electric circuits, principle of Witts and Bridge, so Kirchhoff laws of current electricity. Different subtopics we were dealt till now in the concepts of current electricity. Now in this particular class, we are going to discuss the concept of combination of cells. Yes, our topic it is all about combination of cells. You know that already a cell is a device that has a constant potential difference across its terminals. On converting chemical energy to electrical energy, it will be able to maintain a constant potential difference across its terminals, so that it do the work to keep the electrons in motion through the cross section of a conductor when the conductor is connected across the cell. Of course, that work done is defined as EMF, electromotive force. In the combination of resistors, we have dealt with the concept of equivalent resistance. Similarly, when two or more cells are connected in an electric circuit together, then what about the equivalent EMF of the combination of cells? Of course, here we don't talk about an ideal cell. We do talk about a cell of internal resistance R. You know, even there will be some objection for the flow of charged particles through the electrolyte of the cell. And we define it as internal resistance of a cell, which is represented by small r. Yes, of course, this notation is in this way. Here, it will be mentioned in this way. E stands for EMF of the cell, R stands for internal resistance. Of course, if you want, even you can mention in this way. Here it is. In this way also you can mention. A, B are the terminals of the cell, having the EMF E and the internal resistance R. Now we are going to talk about a combination of cells. When it comes to a discussion on the combination of cells, like in resistors, we can discuss about series combination of cells and parallel combination of cells. So let me deal first all about series combination of cells. So yes, as usual, if two or more cells are connected together end to end, then we do say they are in series. But here it is very important, end-to-end combination means, for example here, there is a cell whose EMF is E1, has internal resistance R1. Now here there is another cell whose EMF is E2 and the internal resistance R2. You have idea of common notation. Here there is another cell whose EMF is E3 and the internal resistance is R3. So here I have taken two or more cells. Now, if the negative terminal of the first cell is connected to the positive terminal of the second one, if the negative terminal of the second one connected to the positive terminal of the third one, the negative terminal of third one connected to positive terminal of the fourth one, and so on, then the cells are said to be connected in series combination. So let me show you the series combination of cells. Of course, here I am going to take n number of cells. N number of cells are going to be connected in series. Once look at the circuit representation. Here this is one, and here is another, and here is another. In this way, I have n number of cells. So coming to the representation, here it is E1 comma R1, here it is E2 comma R2, hope it is visible to you. Here it is E3 comma R3, and here it is En comma Rn. In that way, n number of cells are connected in series, and this combination, this series combination of cells is given to an external resistor capital R through a switch and ammeter if you wish to measure the current in the electric circuit. So here this electric circuit shows a series combination of cells connected to an external resistance R through an ammeter. See here, the very important thing, if you are going to observe the potential difference across every cell, it will be different from its EMF. The reason it is, here we are drawing current from this cell, discharging of a cell, you have learned in the earlier class. When we are drawing current from a cell, then the potential difference across the cell will be different from its EMF. Why I am talking about potential difference? Because here I am going to write a KVL equation from P, Q, P. I am writing KVL equation from P to Q and then Q to P. For our convenience, if you wish to take, you mention these 2 points are AB, then you suppose I am writing KVL equation from A, P, Q, B, A. In this part I am writing KVL equation. So A to P there is no potential drop because there is no circuit element. And P to Q there is a potential drop because this is the direction of current. In the direction of current there is a potential drop. So how much potential drop? IR. So which is given minus. Next Q to B there is no potential difference. But B to C some point here. Across this cell there is a potential rise because negative terminal of the cell, positive terminal of the cell. So potential rise. How much? The potential difference across this cell is En minus IRN. En minus IRN is the potential difference across this one. But of course this will be given plus sign because there is a potential rise. So on, many more cells will be there. So on, while coming this one there are many more cells. Now come to this E3. How much? Minus to plus, again plus. E3 minus IR3. Again plus. E2 minus IR2. Again plus. E1 minus IR1. As they are in series, current will be seen. So the algebraic sum of all the potential differences in a closed loop is 0. Of course, in the direction of current there is a potential drop, so it is given negative. Across the cell minus to plus there is a potential rise, so all other values are given positive. So if you are going to rewrite this equation, E1 minus IR1 plus E2 minus IR2 and so on, En minus IRN is equal to IR, we can write, is equal to IR. Now here, if you rewrite this equation again, next step, E1 plus E2 plus and so on, En minus IR1 minus IR2 and so on minus IRN minus I common, R1 plus R2 plus and so on, Rn is equal to I into R. Now rewrite this. E1 plus E2 plus and so on, En is equal to, take this term to other side, then I common, it is R plus R1 plus R2 plus and so on plus Rn. So here you can write I is equal to, finally make it as subject, I equal to E1 plus E2 plus and so on plus En by R plus R1 plus R2 plus R3 and so on Rn. You can write like this. Now here you can compare this equation especially with an equivalent circuit, because for this equivalent circuit will be in this way. There is a cell of equivalent EMF E and equivalent resistance R connected across an external resistor in this way, and I current is drawn from that. This is the equivalent circuit. So if you compare with that equivalent circuit, I is equal to E, which is equivalent EMF, by here equivalent resistance. Of course, this equivalent resistance is the combined resistance of this R and the small r, where small r is the total internal resistance that is offered by all the cells, R1 plus R2 plus and so on, Rn, because all are in series. So equivalent resistance of all the cells together, including this external resistor, they offer R equivalent, which is R plus R1 plus R2 and so on, Rn. So when you compare these two equations, because you need to compare I equal to V by R, because equivalent EMF by equivalent resistance will give I value. So this numerator represents equivalent EMF and this denominator represents equivalent resistance. So ultimately the conclusion is, in series combination, if two or more cells are connected in series, equivalent EMF will be equal to sigma E, I equal to 1 to n. Of course, sigma EI with I equal to 1 to n, E1 plus E2 plus and so on, En. And the equivalent resistance is going to be R plus, where R is external resistor, R plus sigma Ri, where I equal to 1 to n. You know, sigma is the notation for addition. That is how you can write equations for equivalent EMF and equivalent resistance in series combination. These conclusions are important. So ultimately, what to learn from this book? When two or more cells are connected in series means I told you, the negative terminal of the first cell should be given to positive terminal of the second cell. The negative terminal of the second cell should be given to positive terminal of the third cell, and so on. Then the cells are said to be in series combination. If the series combination of cells is given to an external resistor R, then equivalent resistance of the circuit is R plus sigma R, Ri, I equal to 1 to n. And equivalent EMF will be the sum of all the individual EMFs that are connected in series combination. So now if you wish to write an equation for total current in the electric circuit, I is equal to E by R. In this way, total equivalent EMF by equivalent resistance, you will get a total circuit current. Now in this particular situation, you can suppose if all are identical cells, each of EMF E, then equivalent EMF will be N into E. Equivalent resistance will be R plus NR, because N cells. If N identical cells, you please note down, after this conclusion, after writing this entire thing, and after concluding equivalent EMF and equivalent resistance, now you can write a special case. If N identical cells, each of EMF E and the internal resistance R are connected in series. Hope you are writing. If N identical cells, each of EMF E and internal resistance R are connected in series, then equivalent EMF equal to NE, and equivalent resistance is R plus NR, so that the circuit current will be, shall I write here? So that the circuit current will be I equal to N into E by R plus N into R. This is the circuit current. This equation is only for N identical cells are connected in series. Then the total circuit current I equal to N into E by R plus N into R. This is the major equation that you need to conclude here. the total circuit current when n identical cells are connected in series combination. This is what all about series combination of cells. Now let us discuss what about the parallel combination of cells. Please note down. So let us see the parallel combination of cells. Look at this. Here there is a cell whose EMF is E1 and internal resistance is R1. And here there is another cell whose EMF is E2 and internal resistance is R2. Like that, there are n cells whose EMF is En and internal resistance is Rn. So these cells are connected in parallel, you know very well. If all the positive terminals are given to one common point and all the negative terminals are given to another common point, means if two or more cells are connected between two common points, then the cells are said to be in parallel. So this parallel combination of cells is given to an external resistor through a switch and ammeter in this way. So here is the parallel combination of cells you are seeing. Yes, here it is very simple in what way you need to continue your mathematical part. Earlier you have dealt with series combination of cells where the current is the same but the applied potential difference will be distributed, or potential difference across every element will be different in series combination. So we have written KVL. Yes, but in parallel combination, potential difference across every resistor will be same. How? Because they are in parallel combination, you know. For example, here I1 current is drawn from the first cell, I2 current is drawn from the second cell, I3 from the third cell, like that IN from the nth cell. All these currents are joining here and will come out as I. So that I current is passing in the electric circuit, which is the combination of I1, I2 and so on IN. So here I have to apply Kirchhoff junction law of currents, which is I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus and so on IN, which is very simple. Earlier it is series combination, so it is KVL because the potential difference across every circuit element is different. But here, as there is parallel, current through different circuit elements will be different. So junction law of currents to be applied. So you have learnt in parallel combination, potential difference across every cell remains constant since they are in parallel. Now what is the potential difference across the first cell? It is E1 minus I1 R1. What is the potential difference across the second cell? E2 minus I2 R2. What is the potential difference across the third cell? E3 minus I3 R3, which remains the same since all are in parallel combination. So E1 minus I1 R1, same as E2 minus I2 R2, same as En minus In Rn, because you know V equal to E minus IR, potential difference across a cell while discharging current. V equal to E minus IR is the basic formula that I have applied. As they are in parallel, that should be same. But listen, they are all equal to the potential difference across AB, which is nothing but a potential difference across your resistor IR. Means all these terms are equal to IR. So E1 minus I1 R1, E2 minus I2 R2, E3 minus I3 R3, whatever it is, should be equal to potential difference across the resistor IR. So if I am going to consider E1 minus I1 R1 equal to IR, if I have taken, Then from this I can write E1 minus IR equal to I1 R1, so that E1 by R1 minus I into R by R1 equal to I1. Similarly, E2 by R2 minus I into R by R2 equal to I2. Similarly, E3 by R3 minus I into R by R3 equal to I3. If you are going in that way, En by Rn minus I into R by Rn equal to In. So I am able to derive all the values of I1, I2, I3 and so on In using the basic formula V equal to E minus IR. But across every cell E minus IR will be equal to this I into capital R, because all are in parallel combination. Now as I got I1, I2 and so on In, now I will continue the mathematical equation with I1 equal to I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 and so on In. So we are going to continue this calculation part. Once note down, because I am going to analyze everything. Once note down. Yes, once look at this here. So I equal to I1 E1 by R1 minus I into capital R by R1 plus I2 E2 by R2 minus I into capital R by R2. Like that I3 anyway, plus and so on. I am generalizing En by Rn minus I into capital R by Rn. So if you are going to rewrite this equation, E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 plus and so on E3 by R3, sorry, En by Rn minus I common, R also common, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus and so on 1 by Rn. Yes, this is all I value. So I equal to, let me write this equation as a sigma E by Ri with the limits I equal to 1 to n minus IR into sigma of 1 by Ri with I equal to 1 to n again. You are familiar with the sigma notations. There is no doubt in that. Now take this negative term to the left side, then I common 1 plus R into sigma of 1 by R equal to sigma of E by R. Therefore, I equal to sigma of E by R divided by 1 plus R into sigma of 1 by R. I am going to rewrite this equation in the next step. Here, I equal to sigma of E by R divided by, in the denominator, I am taking here, in this denominator, let me take sigma of 1 by R as common term. You may get doubt, sir, why to take sigma of 1 by R common? You will come to know, just wait. Sigma of 1 by R common. Then this term will be left as R. Because sigma of 1 by R into R, sigma of 1 by R is common, then R will be left. Then here 1 by sigma of 1 by R. Hope this step is clear. If you have any doubt, you ask. Sigma of E by R by sigma of 1 by R taken as common. Then here R is left. Here 1 by sigma of 1 by R. Now you may get doubt. You have to ask, even you should get the doubt. Sir, why sigma of 1 by R should be taken as common? Why can't you compare directly I equal to equivalent EMF by equivalent resistance? You may ask. Because the reason it is, here you have different number of cells that are connected in parallel. Listen carefully. Here there is a cell whose internal resistance is R1, EMF is E1. and there is another cell whose internal resistance is R2, another cell of EMF V2. Like that, there are different cells whose EMFs are different and internal resistances are different. All these are connected in parallel. These all internal resistances together will give an equivalent resistance. All these internal resistances which are in parallel will give an equivalent resistance, which is, I repeat, all these are in parallel. That's why 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R equivalent in parallel combination. 1 by R equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus and so on. You know this. So that 1 by R equivalent equal to sigma of 1 by R. Then R equivalent equal to 1 by sigma of 1 by R. But this is very important step. All this parallel combination of cells are given to external resistor again. Means this internal equivalent resistance is in series with external resistor, because your equivalent circuit will be like this. This is equivalent EMF and this is equivalent resistance connected to external resistor. In parallel combination I am speaking of parallel combination. So whatever the equivalent resistance offered by different cells in parallel, that equivalent resistance will be in series with external resistor. So the total equivalent resistance of the circuit will be R equivalent plus R. R equivalent is sigma of 1 by sigma of 1 by R plus R. Here you have seen 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on. So that R equivalent equal to 1 by sigma of 1 by R. So finally the circuit resistance will be total equivalent internal resistance plus external resistance. That is the reason why, to show that in the mathematical equation there is a need to take common sigma of 1 by R, which is very important. Hope you have understood. I am going to erase this point. So why sigma of 1 by R taken as common? Because the total circuit resistance will be equal to the sum of equivalent internal resistance plus external resistance. Why equivalent internal resistance is the sigma of 1 by R reciprocal? Because all these are connected in parallel. That's why 1 by R equal to sigma of 1 by R. So that equivalent resistance equal to 1 by sigma of 1 by R. That is very, very important. So to show that in the mathematical equation, I have taken sigma of 1 by R as a common term. Hope it is clear your doubt now. Even there, here it is a mathematical step with equivalent circuit. So that this will be compared with, this is equivalent EMF and this is equivalent resistance. That's why equivalent EMF of parallel combination is equal to sigma of E by R by sigma of 1 by R, and equivalent resistance of the circuit is equal to R plus 1 by sigma of 1 by R. That's the point what you need to understand. So equivalent EMF by equivalent resistance, when you are comparing that, so equivalent EMF is sigma of E by R by sigma of 1 by R, and equivalent resistance is R plus 1 by sigma of 1 by R. This is all about a parallel combination of cells and equivalent EMF, equivalent resistance. Of course, even we can write equation for circuit current also, I is equal to V by R. So you have learned till now series combination and parallel combination of cells. Let us discuss conclusions from these two concepts. Let us write conclusions on the board at one place. Once note down, I will write ultimate conclusions from these two concepts. Write down. So once look at the board. Here there are the conclusions of series combination and parallel combination. When two or more cells are connected in series, then equivalent EMF is sigma E, means E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus and so on En cells. Then equivalent resistance is R plus sigma of R. It means R plus R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus and so on Rn, because N cells. Of course, you can write I equal to 1 to N combination, and here also I equal to 1 to N. It's a default. Similarly, when N cells are connected in parallel, equivalent EMF is sigma of E by R. Of course, I equal to 1 to N combination by sigma of 1 by R. Of course, I equal to 1 to N combination. We can write in suffix I. And equivalent resistance is R plus 1 by sigma of 1 by Ri, I equal to 1 to N. So these are the conclusions you need to remember. If I have taken, I told you already, N identical cells. If I have taken N identical cells, then equivalent EMF is going to be N into E. Because E plus E plus E and so on N times. And equivalent resistance is going to be R plus N into R. Because N identical cells are in series. Means all the internal resistances will be in series. Will give NR. With external resistor R plus NR will be the circuit resistance. Then circuit current I is equal to equivalent EMF by equivalent resistance. Similarly, in parallel combination, if I have taken N identical cells in parallel combination, then equivalent EMF is going to be E by R plus E by R plus E by R N times. So it's going to be N of E by R by 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R N times, because N identical cells. So it's going to be N by R. Now here N gets cancelled, R gets cancelled, that's going to be E. Means if N identical cells are connected in parallel, then equivalent EMF is equal to E itself, which is the individual EMF of the identical cells. If the cells are different, our equation is going to be E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 plus and so on, divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus and so on will be the equivalent EMF equation. But when all are identical, that's going to be E itself, because N into E by R is the numerator, N by R is the denominator. Now equivalent resistance in parallel combination is equal to, I told you, in parallel combination, first of all the internal resistances are in parallel. They give equivalent resistance 1 by sigma of 1 by R, which is very important point. Of course, you know very well, when N identical resistances are in parallel, you will get R by N, you know that. But anyway, according to this, if you are writing R plus 1 by sigma of 1 by R plus 1 by R, 1 by R in this way, it's going to be N by R. This is going to be R plus R by N is the equivalent resistance. So that circuit current is equal to equivalent EMF by equivalent resistance. Of course, you can rewrite this as N into E by NR plus R. So this is how there will be equation for circuit current in series combination and in parallel combination with identical cells. These are for different cells, here it is for identical cells. So the conclusion is, if N identical cells are connected in series, then circuit current I is equal to N into E by R plus NR. And if they are in parallel, N into E by NR plus R. So there is a slight difference, you can observe that. Here N, multiple of N for internal resistance, but here multiple of N for external resistance, what you need to identify carefully. This is in series combination, this is in parallel combination. So these are the things that you need to learn from series and parallel combination of cells. So now here after dealing with this point, the next point is, sir, if a few number of cells are connected in series and the few number of cells are connected in parallel, means there is a mixed grouping of cells where there is an existence of a series cell, parallel combination of identical cells are going to be arranged. Then what about the concept that we are going to discuss once you note down this? Here you can see mixed grouping of cells. Of course, it's a mixed combination or mixed grouping of cells, but particularly I have taken n identical cells for a detailed convenient explanation. I have taken all are identical cells. Each provides EMF E and internal resistance R. But you see the first row, first of all, first row, there are n identical cells connected in series. Again in the second row, n identical cells connected in series. Again in third row, n identical cells connected in series, n cells. In that way, there are m rows. First row, second row, third row, fourth row, like that. There are how many number of rows? M number of rows. And in each row, there are n identical cells. So, n identical cells connected in series. And such series combination of m rows given in parallel combination across AB to external resistor. Of course, there are n cells, m into n number of cells, of course. Now, this equivalent circuit is going to be, for this equivalent, n identical cells are in series combination. So, they give equivalent EMF is NE and equivalent resistance is NR. Because n identical cells in series will give equivalent EMF NE and R plus R plus R and so on n times NR, series combination. Similarly, in the next row, there will be NE, NR. Like that, for how many rows? M number of rows. Like that. Means M identical cells, each of EMF NE and internal resistance NR are all connected in parallel in between AB to an external resistor R. Yes, that's the equivalent circuit. Now again, this mixed grouping of cells is converted into parallel combination of cells. Have you observed? Here, first row in series, second row series, third row series, like that m rows in parallel combination. But this mixed grouping of cells is converted into parallel combination of cells. Each of EMF NE and internal resistance NR, like that how many number of cells? M cells, because the m rows I told you, first row, second row, third row, like that first cell, second cell, third cell, like that m cells, or in parallel. You know, in parallel combination, shall I write here? In parallel combination, equivalent EMF in parallel combination is sigma of E by R by sigma of 1 by R. Hope you do remember, or else you go backwards. In parallel combination of cells, equivalent EMF is sigma of E by R by sigma of 1 by R. But there, each cell of EMF E and internal resistance R. But here, each cell of EMF NE and internal resistance NR. So, sigma of NE by NR, sigma of 1 by NR. This is very important. So, NE, EMF, NR, internal resistance for all sigma. But here I equal to 1 to M. I equal to 1 to M are the limits because M number of cells. So 1 to M is the limit. So that the numerator is going to be M of NE by NR. And the denominator is going to be M of 1 by NR. Of course, this M gets cancelled and this N gets cancelled. NR gets cancelled anyway, it is going to be N into E. is the equivalent EMF in parallel combination. NE is the EMF of each cell, NR is the internal resistance of each cell. Then they are in parallel. So that equivalent EMF is going to be the EMF of the individual cell. You learnt already, that is NE. I proved that sigma of NE by NR by sigma of 1 by NR, because when each cell of EMF E and internal resistance are in parallel, then equivalent EMF equation is sigma of E by R by sigma of 1 by R. But here each of EMF NE and internal resistance NR, like that M number. So 1 to M is the limit and NE, NR are the individual values. So that equivalent EMF in parallel combination is NE. Now let me write equation for equivalent resistance so that the circuit current equation I can draw. Once you note down, I am going to erase this. So I am going to erase this. So if you are going to talk about equivalent resistance, because once you know equivalent EMF and equivalent resistance, you can write an equation for circuit current. So what is equivalent resistance? Very simple. So here you can see, while writing equivalent resistance of the electric circuit, this external resistor will be in series with the equivalent of all these. You have learned R plus 1 by sigma of 1 by R. When individual resistance is R, individual internal resistance R. But here individual internal resistance is NR. M number of cells are connected in parallel whose individual internal resistance is NR. That's why equivalent resistance is R plus 1 by sigma of NR. This is equal to R plus 1 by sigma 1 to M. So M times of 1 by NR. So now this is going to be R plus NR by M. So now we can write it as MR plus NR by M is the equivalent resistance. As I have got equivalent resistance and equivalent EMF, then circuit current I is equal to equivalent EMF NE by equivalent resistance MR plus NR by M. So if I rewrite this, Mn into E by MR plus NR is the circuit current equation. So if N identical cells are connected in series for M number of rows in parallel, then the total circuit current I equal to Mn into E by MR plus NR. N is the number of identical cells that are in series in each row. M is the number of rows that are connected in parallel. In that way. Of course, there will be some mathematical application under what conditions the circuit current can be maximum. Yes, the circuit current will be maximum when denominator is minimum. For that, a little more mathematical explanation. I hope you have written that. I am going to erase it. So what point we are going to discuss? Under what conditions in this case we can have maximum current in the electric circuit, so that the denominator should be minimum, fraction value will be maximum. So I am going to write down that. Once you see I is equal to Mn into E by Mr plus Nr, I am going for small mathematical analysis here. I is equal to Mn into E by denominator A plus B, I am writing as A square plus B square. Here we do one thing, A minus B whole square, 1 minute. A minus B whole square plus 2 into A into B. Once look at this. This is a simple logic. This is A, for example, Mr plus Nr you wish to have. So for that what I have done it is, root m are supposed as A, root n are supposed as B. So A minus B whole square means A square plus B square minus 2AB. So minus 2AB plus 2AB will cancel. We will have A square plus B square. A square plus B square means mr over square root, nr over square root whole square will be. So you will have mr plus nr, which is well known mathematics. Now because to have I maximum, denominator should be minimum. So this denominator value will be minimum when root of mr minus root of nr is equal to 0. If this term is 0, then this denominator is going to be minimum, this fraction value is going to be maximum. So to have maximum current, the denominator will be rewritten in this way using A minus B whole square formula, so that this term should be 0. To have denominator minimum, fraction value will be maximum. So that root of mr equal to root of nr. So that you can squaring on both sides, mr equal to n into r. So that capital R is equal to n by m into small r. Or you can write m into small r, m by n into capital R equal to small r. Anything you can write. So in that way, under these conditions, we can have maximum current in the electric circuit when we are going for mixed combination of cells. Of course, we have taken identical cells to explain the mixed grouping of cells. So what you have learned in today's class is all about a combination of cells, equivalent EMF and equivalent resistance and the circuit current equations. Series combination, parallel combination, mixed grouping of cells. Based on this, in the next class we discuss a few more numerical examples. Then you will get more clarity on this concept. Meanwhile, once you refer this entire topic just before going for the next class. Take care.